Legacies are not built from average. They're not built from the safe choice, the path of least resistance, the could-haves, or the maybes. They're built from the resurrection of failures, from the challenges that keep the average and separate the weak from the legendary. Pure momentum and unfiltered raw grit. Wake up, grind, execute, repeat. Legacies are not built from hopes and dreams. They're built from unrelenting dominance in every bone of your body. Step into fear, step into failure, and get dialed in. Do the work when no one is willing, when no one is watching, when it's you versus you. When there's every reason to stop, to say that it's good enough, but refuse to believe that the work is done. Elevate above the pain, the resistance, and the forces that don't want you to win. Legacies are not built from average. They're built when they're earned.
The norm for you?
This time? Somewhat, yeah. I think it's a bit more flexible when the days and nights are longer for training. My objective is to be up first so that I can try and get a lot of the book work, computer work done, so that I can concentrate on training. Yeah, it's normal. Somewhat.
Yeah, so we're just going to the pool this morning, and I'm just going to be swimming. It's probably going to be roughly about 50 minutes. And it's crazy because there's actually a whole bunch of array of athletes. So you've got some triathletes, some ex-swimmers. And I think that they just do it just to keep fit. That's the kind of impression that I've had.
It's been 10 years essentially of doing this type of training. How do you still wake up at 5:30 in the morning and be like, I want to do this?
That's a good question. I think it's just been ingrained in me to do it. So when I used to do this back in the day with Dad, this was something that I wanted to do because I wanted to get better. And I think that, growing up and having that a part of who I am and what I've done practically my whole life, I think that's definitely played a root cause in it becoming a habit more than anything. Don't get me wrong, I don't really like getting up early. But I really feel good afterwards, and I know for me, that aftermath feeling is just it's pretty satisfactory. I learned this the first week. I arrived 10 minutes early, and then just stood there waiting until they started 10 past 6. So I rock up at 5 past. And get to dive in.
I've been plotting, focused, locked in, hopeless.
So we're not getting in until we have to.
I'm like waiting for the whiteboard.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, have you?
Nah,
you haven't.
chill.
I don't know where the board is.
So you guys don't follow like Shane's programming here?
No, this is not Shane's program. So this is basically we're at like a 50-meter pool, and Shane has basically instructed us to come and be a part of like this squad that's here like of a morning. And it just like gives us exposure swimming with different people and everything. And there's like really good swimmers here, so it helps, you know, like keep us accountable and push us as well.
I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. Stealing at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot still trying to flip it out the stove. Rocking fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, might crash cause a good die young.
Yeah.
The pulls are really hard for me because like I was like this, but I'm working on it. It's pretty bad.
Doing mono in the water. So we just did 1 100, 2 200s, 3 300s, and then 2 200s, 1 100. And it's just like in an environment like that, it's one of those things where it does catch up on you, and like if you are behind the pace, you know, like you find yourself always playing catch up throughout the whole session. So I think they're really great experiences, and it's good exposure, and you know, it's uncomfortable and it's frustrating and annoying because you got to, you know, swim around people, or you got to worry about what they're doing because you don't want to get in their way, and there's just so many factors to consider. Whereas when you're just swimming by yourself, it's just nice and peaceful. You can go about your day, and you know, it doesn't really matter too much. My rear delts just hurt so much doing that. Oh, freaking screaming. Have we ever swum?
Did you do the by myself one?
No, that was in the year before, well, a couple of years before me actually. But I loved that workout. I thought like watching that was so cool. I think that was like one of the experiences that I had where I was just like, wow, like that's like CrossFit. I really do consider a vast variety of different things. So now we go home. I'll go have a shower. Shane will probably have something to eat for me. He's a good boy. We don't do anything until 11, so I will just catch up on some bookwork and stuff, and do a little bit of stretching. I don't mind reading, so like have a coffee, and even though I've done something already today, just like literally sit there and just chill out for a little bit. Some mornings, if I'm feeling really tired because I haven't had I didn't go to bed early enough last night, I might sleep, but I actually don't feel too bad, so I might just get on top of a little bit of emails and bookwork that I need to do. Sometimes like by the end of the afternoon I don't really feel like doing anything, and you know, if things require a bit of my time, they either have to wait till my next rest day so I can devote like the day for that work, or you know, active recovery day when I have a little bit more time. I don't like rushing things, but I like to be responsive.
Losing control, I gotta know who's in control of me. Losing control, I'm gonna explode.
On swimming days, we go to the top shelf and we get some pancakes.
Do you think she could eat whatever she wanted and still?
Do I think? I think she could eat. Based on the training volume, I think she could eat a lot more of anything of that nature. And due to the sheer volume of training, it won't have too much of an impact on her physique, like on how she looks. I think it's just more about, I think it goes just deeper, the quality of food, you know, allowing her to just tap into the full potential of herself, enhancing recovery, like obviously the inflammation and just getting the requirement, you know, waving this around, but like immune, you know, trying to help with that, being a big part of the season and the current climate. But yeah, I know that even the off season, when like a block of chocolate would be the first thing she grabs out of the fridge, she still has like a substantially good physique. How was the swim?
Yeah, it was good. Everyone was just like, it was so funny because Saxon's like, oh man, I didn't want to get up. I was sleeping so good. And then we had.
Because you can imagine it today. Yeah.
Basically, like Saxon, Colin, and I rolled in, and then Brooke and Will were just sitting there on the step, and Dwight was there with his cap on, like, no, he had like long tight things, and then he's like getting ready, and Brooke and Will are just like sitting there like this, like on the side step, just being like, well, we're not getting in until she officially starts it, because what happens is at 6 people can jump in and just do a few laps to warm themselves up. And then she runs us through somewhat of like a warm-up.
Yeah.
So then,
And you won't see anyone doing extras.
no, pretty much no. And then we roll in, and Will and Brooke are just like this, like, oh, like, I can't believe we're here.
Don't want to borrow it.
Oh yeah. And see, it's really cold, so like the first initial like jump in is just so cold. Have we run out of the other maple syrup?
Oh.
Wait, so you've really never had grape jelly? Like, is that not a thing?
I don't even know what that is, Brandon.
Have you had some here? Have you brought some here before?
Not like to the house, but like in America,
It's just jelly.
houses are split between grape and strawberry.
We would have had it at like a buffet. You know.
Is it just like jam?
Yeah, same thing.
I don't think I've ever had grape jelly. I mean, I've had blueberry
But they're
jam.
It's not grapes like green grapes. Are you thinking like green?
No.
No, I think it's like purple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen it, but I think the word jelly just like put your guard up, like.
Like
that
jelly
sounds-
is that shaky stuff
That
that
sounds
like
amazing, like.
that like
yeah,
literally shakes, you know, on a plate.
I'm just thinking dessert right now.
Do you not make yourself breakfast?
No, I normally do.
He doesn't eat as much as I do.
I eat when I need to, just before we go. Because I forget to, if I don't pack lunch, it's a long day. So I try to eat it just before we leave, so that it gets me through to at least early afternoon, and I can have a snack then and then come home and just feast out. Is it healthy? Probably not.
Do you fast? Do you reckon?
No, not last night, because we didn't get home until 9.
Every morning, I'm pretty fortunate, you know, like Shane does do my breakfast. You know, he thinks that I don't eat as much as what I should, so he's definitely someone that, you know, will give me a bigger breakfast just to stay on top of my calories, because I think I tend to, you know, forget to eat because I'm just either super busy or, you know, I just don't make enough time. And I definitely eat throughout the day, but you know, I think he's on like he's very conscious of making sure that I'm actually overeating rather than just hitting a certain amount, or you know, I'm actually not eating enough. So you know, I'm very fortunate to have that, and then I'm, you know, finishing off a few emails and, you know, doing things that I've been banking up for a couple of days now. We have you know, about an hour or two before I actually go over to the track and work on agility and everything. And yeah, I honestly, like, I think it's probably one of my favorite sessions of the week. Be in the middle of the week and have a training piece that isn't always exerting. And then this afternoon we'll go in for a big gym session. The temperature has been quite hot lately, so you know, going in later in the afternoon when it cools down just a little bit is really nice. I think when it comes to my training, if I feel like I'm not sleeping enough, or I do feel like I am feeling a little tired or exhausted at training, then I do put a bit of pressure on myself to think, okay, are you prioritizing the right things? So, you know, are you recovering enough? And if I recover too much, then I'm not actually dedicating enough time to, you know, work outside the gym or training. And it's about finding that happy balance. And I know that for me, I like to make sure that I'm checking my emails every day, and if I don't, I definitely feel a little overwhelmed. You know, I think that that's naturally going to happen, but it's just about maintaining that and, you know, not getting too caught up. Like, you can always make time for something, right? So it comes down to your organization skills and, you know, what you're prioritizing. I think it's when people come into town to see me and visit me, you know, I really want to capitalize on that time, and I want to be around them and give them me fully. That's probably when I feel most overwhelmed, because I know that there are things that I may not be prioritizing and you know, able to do. So especially around games training, because it just takes up pretty much the whole day. We try and limit any visitors, we try and limit any commitments per se, just so that I can really focus on training and I can get my work done and not feel like I'm spreading myself too thin.
I know, I caught it. I'm looking for the spin rather than...
We're just watching the boys and their passing skills. I like to pride myself on kicking pretty good. I got a strong kick, mean kick. We're actually just about to start some agility work. So we come here every Wednesday, and you know, we actually work with like a agility coach, and he helps us with, you know, our footwork, going around cones, and just kind of like touching on athleticism. You know, I think that skill is extremely important, and it can transfer over to so many different things. So just, you know, last week was our first week, and it's so crazy because I actually feel like we were a little rusty compared to last year. So, you know, over the next the course of the next few weeks, we'll get better and better, and it will become a lot more natural like it did at the end of last year's season.
In your beginning years, did you ever even think about doing this kind of stuff?
Yeah. Shane and I have been a big believer in actually always implementing this type of stuff. You know, I think that doing different sports, learning different skills is really beneficial, and I think that it's helped me adapt to things I've never done before. And so, you know, like at the CrossFit Games, when they expect you to kind of just adapt and learn on the go, I don't feel exposed, or you know, I feel quite comfortable trying to just learn on the go and make do with that. When we did CrossFit and it became like a full-time thing for us, learning from professionals, learning from people that actually, you know, try and master their craft, that's been great, because you can kind of learn like the tricks and tips to the trade, and it's been really beneficial.
So you think your childhood kind of set you up for this career?
For sure, without a doubt. So I'm just in the car, just finished agility, waiting for Shane. I'm always waiting for Shane. And I'm having a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I feel like this is a really nice, satisfying snack before training. We're about to head to the gym, and I don't know really where Shane is, but I think we're at the agility for about almost 2 hours. So granted, we didn't actually do agility for 2 hours. It was a large portion of it though. And I actually don't know what I have on my training schedule, but it's probably very gnarly. Everything is hard throughout games prep. And I think Brandon is waiting for his camera back. So, Brandon, do you want your camera back? Oh, all right, guys. Well, I'll see you at the gym.
$900. It's like we were only in here for 8 months.
What I'm doing right now is I'm putting my armor on. So we're just about to do some lifting, and we've got some clean and jerks. It's like a kind of like a complex, so like 2 cleans, 1 jerk, working up to a pretty decent percentage, and you know, focusing and keeping mindful of form, but you know, you kind of want to do that in every lift. It just really depends, you know, like how heavy you're going to go. So Shane specifically said that we are looking particularly at the second rep. So I don't know if he was directing that at me, but it kind of feels like it.
You ever get sick of doing the same thing like every day?
Yeah, you know, like I think the beauty about CrossFit is that we aren't always doing the same thing. Yes, it's the same concept, you know, like, you know, almost every day we're doing a clean, or almost every day we're doing a snatch. But the beauty about this sport is we do different variations. So it's like, you know, one day it might be just a clean, or it might be just a jerk, and then the next day it'll be, you know, 2 cleans, 1 jerk, like today. And so I think just having that ability to change it up and do complexes and different variations is good. Sometimes I wish it was just that simple, where it was like, okay, you're just gonna do a clean today, or you know, you're just gonna do a snatch today. Especially if, you know, your hands are tender, which they are at the moment. You know, gripping hold of like doing a snatch and doing a snatch complex and holding onto the bar, it just gets a little gnarly. But you know, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be doing it. So you know, I really like it, and I think that Shane does a really great job of keeping the interesting component a part of activity.
I'm not going down. I'll be the last man standing. The last man standing. You know I never bend and never break. I'm the heavyweight with all the answers.
silliest thing that we've done. We wore a vest then, and we climbed up a mountain. It's a bit of a stretch. I think it just met the definition of a mountain. And then we had kettlebells, and we had to carry them. For every break that we did was an additional, I think we call it a penalty when we got to the next station, the next movement. So what we're trying to encourage is that you didn't know what the penalty was, so it's like, shit, do I hold on for an extra, do I reduce one rest and then make it up? Or do I have many rests not knowing what the penalty is? So we had this chess game where it's like, hey, it's up to you how many times you rest, but there will be some form of penalty. You don't know what it is, and it could be something small as one extra rep, or it could be 10 reps. You didn't know what the penalty was. So walking up with kettlebells up a mountain was pretty silly. Our traps were jacked for about a week straight.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. Yeah, so it's about 6 p.m. We got one more echo piece to do, and then we finish off with some accessories. I might ice bath and sauna, depends on what everyone else feels like doing actually. But yeah, it's been quite a day, but you know, the best is yet to come. When you ask me how would I describe this month of training, immediately hot comes to mind. It's just been really, really hot, but I think it's progression. Do you know what I mean? Like everything that we're doing is like progressing us into the next phase. Shane, what are you doing?
Huh? I'm supposed to try it. It's easier than me moving it.
Oh. Much as this pains me, this means good things. You know what this means, Brandon? The end of the day. I just got this.
Yeah, socks.
Oh yeah, I can't go in with bare feet. Oh, that's cold. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Damn. For Yeti. Ah, that pains. I'm just gonna try and distract myself. So they asked me, like, you know, what I would like out of the new like colorways, and it's like the Nordic colorway. So I had to send them a video, a screen grab of all the items that I wanted from my wish list. I thought it'd be a bit cheeky if I added some old ones too, so I just kept to the same colors. Well, I hope you all enjoyed watching a day in the life of Tia-Clair Toomey. You got to see a little snippet of Shane Orr as well, and the rest of the PRVN crew. Yeah, I think that's officially just over a 13-hour day. And that's actually pretty standard for games training and games prep. It's not like that for the Open or the quarterfinals, but still, you know, like there is still a lot that we do throughout the whole season. But the games prep and, you know, weeks leading into the games is definitely a lot longer than what the typical season looks like. So you got a bit of a glimpse. You got to see me go swimming, you know, do agility, get outside of the gym. You know, we don't do that every day, but we will change that up with track or, you know, running outside and, you know, going bike riding, all that type of stuff. So yeah, you know, I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment below, and if you have any questions for myself, Shane, or the PRVN crew, please comment below. But you know, guys, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to doing another day in the life, maybe after the games when I'm actually chilling out. I'm a little bit more happier, you know, not as high strung and irritated at the world. And you know, I'm definitely not feeling the pain. So yeah, guys, love yous, see yous.